I left my aunt's house the day she said yes to another foster kid. The night my aunt told me she was taking in another foster kid, I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I just stared at the table and realized I was about to disappear again. My Aunt Maria isn't a villain. She's the kind of person people call a saint. She's been fostering kids for almost a decade. Emergency placements, long-term placements, kids nobody else wanted. I moved in with her at 16 after my mom got sick and my dad vanished, like he always said he would. Maria took me in without hesitation. For the first time in years, I had something stable. My own room, a routine, friends who knew where I lived, a part-time job at a grocery store where my manager trusted me with closing shifts. Then one Thursday evening, Maria asked me to sit down. That sentence alone made my stomach drop. "There's a little girl," she said, 8 years old, coming this weekend. I nodded automatically. That's what you do when you've learned you're temporary. Then she added, "She'll need your room. You can move into the sunroom for now." The sunroom wasn't really a room. It was a converted porch with thin walls and no lock. I'd already slept there once before, years ago when another placement needed space. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, feeling stupid for thinking things would be different this time. I wasn't angry at the kid. I was angry at myself for building a life on borrowed space. I had $1,800 saved. I was 4 months away from turning 18, and my coworker Leah had mentioned her cousin renting out a studio behind his house. The next morning, instead of going to school, I went to work early and asked for extra shifts. At lunch, I made the call. The studio was tiny. One room, hot plate, bathroom that smelled like bleach and regret, but it was quiet, and it was mine. When I told my aunt, she looked crushed. She kept saying I didn't have to go, that we'd make it work, that she could say no to the placement. I didn't let her. That little girl didn't choose chaos. I was just done surviving it. Moving out felt less like freedom and more like ripping off a bandage. Fast, painful, necessary. The first night alone, I ate cereal for dinner and slept on the floor. I cried once. Then I slept better than I had in years. 2 weeks later, my aunt invited me over. The foster kid hid behind her leg the whole time. After dinner, she finally asked me if she took my room. "No," I said. I outgrew it. She smiled like she didn't fully believe me, but wanted to. I'm 20 now. I work full-time. I'm paying for my own classes. I still visit my aunt. She's still fostering. I didn't leave because of a kid. I left because I was ready to stop being one.